Hi everyone, so this video is on the rational function and the transformation. So let's get started. The rational function is f of x equals 1 over x. The key points of the rational function are always -1 and -1 and 1 and 1. The asymptotes. An asymptote is a point on the graph where the curve will come near to the point but never touch. In this case, x is 0 and y is 0. The domain is always x is an element of all real numbers such that x cannot equal 0, and the range will be y is an element of all real numbers such that y cannot equal 0. So let's just recap on the transformations. A vertical translation is represented by the c. So f of x equals 1 over x plus c. When c is greater than 0, the graph shifts up c units, and when c is less than 0, the graph shifts down c units. Horizontal translations is represented by the d. So f of x equals 1 over x minus d. So when d is greater than 0, the graph shifts right d units, and when d is less than 0, the graph shifts left d units. Now vertical reflections. So f of x equals -1 over x. The a value is negative, and therefore we know there's a reflection in the x-axis. So now let's do an example. F of x equals -3 bracket 1x plus 5 close bracket plus 3. So part A asks us to sketch the graph, part B is state the domain and range, and part C is state all the asymptotes. So based on what we already know, our key points are always -1 and -1 and 1 and 1. Looking at the graph, we know that we have to do x minus 5 because the 5 is with the x, and the y would be -3 plus 3. So our new key points would be x minus 5, -3 plus 3. So subbing the values in, -1 minus 5 gives us -6. Now the y, -3 times -1 plus 3 gives us +6. Now 1 minus 5 will give us -4, and 3 times -1 plus 3 gives us 0. So now let's just graph the points quickly. -6.6 and -4 and 0. Our asymptotes are going to be -5 and 3, so let's just draw those in quickly. Remember, we have to use a dotted line to represent the asymptotes. And carefully just extend your lines, making them go close to the asymptotes but never touching. Let's just draw arrows for good communication. And remember to label everything. So y would be 3, x is -5, and our graph function is f of x. So now part B asks us to state the domain and range. Based on our equation, we know that domain is x is an element of all real numbers such that x cannot be -5 because of the positive sign here. And the range is y is an element of all real numbers such that y cannot equal 3, which we get from here. Lastly, we are asked to state the asymptotes, and the asymptotes we know are x is -5 and y is 3. So therefore our vertical asymptote is x is -5, horizontal asymptote is y is equal to 3. And that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching.